think we're live. I should be live. Let's see what we got here. Huh, no audio's coming through there, but you should hear me. Yo, you can hear me, okay? Let me know. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll put this back into focus here. That should do that. Cool. That's right, Tampa Bay, baby. Yeah, I'm going to share this out, and then I am going to talk about Xbox and these gosh darn prices for this handheld. Give me just a second. And appreciate y'all being here. Let me do that. Copy that. Just 1 second. And post that. All right, we should be good. And appreciate y'all being here. Like I said, you love the streams. Oh no, I appreciate that. And hello to everybody that is here. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to be a little more consistent on my own personal YouTube channel. I was on Kind of Funny earlier today. We kind of reviewed the fantasy critic draft kind of at the halfway point of the year to see where we are. The only reason I'm really even on here today is the fact of the leak that came out about the ROG Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X. And honestly, just keep it real, seeing people freaking out about it, because I mean, seeing what the potential European price might be for it is not an indication of what the United States price is going to be. And wait a minute, you're gonna dip into VR and play some Elite Dangerous with you in the background? No, go for it. Yeah, however you want to view. Nah, but just going back to the price of this Asus handheld that's gonna come out later this year. I mean, I said it when I went hands-on, which you can go watch the video on the channel right now. I said it then that, I mean, $900 is probably worst case scenario, talking at the high end for this thing, because the minute that you get to $999, you get to $1,000, you add tax on there. I mean, we're looking at $1,100 plus dollars. I mean, almost $1,200 for this thing. And I just think that's too much. I get there's tariffs. I get everything that's going on with it. I was kind of going back and forth with the Fox online today about that, because I think we slightly disagree on the pricing. And this is where I think the partnership between Asus and Xbox comes into play, because if you go get the ROG Ally X right now, I believe you can go get that at Best Buy for $899. I'm guessing the pricing will stay the same. That's my guess. I think you will be able to get an Xbox Ally X at $899. I can see the lesser version, the white version, the Ally version, the Xbox Ally version being anywhere between $599 and $699. And I think the rumor of the quote unquote leak that we saw in European prices was $899 and $599. I think that actually translates over to the US price, because, excuse me, I don't see Xbox wanting to price this thing out to where it's just a marketing disaster. It's way too expensive. No one's going to buy this thing, because no one would talk about the cheaper one. They're going to talk about the most expensive one. So if the most expensive one is over $1,000, that's a marketing nightmare for them. I think if they can get this thing at $899, which is already expensive, $900, add tax, you're damn near spending $1,000 anyways. But if they can get that thing at $899, that sounds a hell of a lot better than talking $1,000. Just my opinion on it. So I think at the high end, it's $899. I think it'd be really nice if they could get it at $799. And then the lower one, like I said, I can see that one coming in at probably $599. That's my guess on this. And the beauty of all of it is you don't have to buy it. Excuse me. I think that's one thing I see a lot of people that I've saw today talking about. They're acting like they have to go buy this. You can go get an Ally X right now if you so choose. Like, I have the original one here. If I can pull it up. Like, I have the original one here. This is the original one. I'm dual booting with Windows and Steam OS on this right now. But, like I said in the video, when I got hands on with it back in June, the handles definitely make a difference. It's obviously going to have a better processor in it. I'm talking the X version, the Z2 Extreme. It's going to have, sounds like an NPU to do AI, as well as 24 gigabytes of RAM, and it's 1 terabyte of storage. I mean, it's going to be pricey, but I just personally don't see $1,000. I don't. I think that is just bad press for Xbox. I'm doing air quotes, having their first handheld, and then it's essentially prices everyone out except the super, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a very niche audience at that point. You're only getting the true enthusiasts that are going to run out and spend $1,000+ on that thing, right? So yeah, I don't think it happens, but I am definitely curious what people in chat is thinking. I know I've been kind of ignoring it a little bit. And I see Drew is talking about, to be honest, Paris, I guess you're saying I'm going to wait and see if Lenovo makes one with an OLED screen and a trackpad. Steam Deck OLED spoiled me. I think they will eventually. I think the Asus one is just the first out of the box. It's probably the only one that Xbox is going to partner with in 2025. But I do think in 2026, you'll see a Lenovo, like imagine CES 2026. There'll be a Lenovo version, there'll be MSI version, etc. Right? I don't see them only limiting this to Asus as far as this partnership goes, but I think Asus is the initial partner. Let's work the kinks out. Let's see what works, what doesn't. Let's get user feedback from the initial product, and then you come in, with your other partners to also have similar devices with other unique features like you're talking about. Someone can have an OLED screen, someone can have a trackpad on it, things like that, and at that point, yeah, like if you're talking that Lenovo one and that with an OLED screen, that one is definitely over $1,000. That would be super expensive, in my opinion. And I see Nisa is saying my open box Ally X at Best Buy was $650 and it was listed for $612. I think you're saying. I don't know if that's a typo or not, but this is kind of my point. They're not going to introduce something that, let's be honest, is very similar to the current device that's on the market that you can get for hundreds of dollars cheaper, both brand new and used. And the difference would be obviously the processor, and it would not have the grips on it, but you're going to want something that's appealing this holiday. You're going to want something that consumers are going to want to run out and go buy. You don't want something like, God damn, that thing is expensive. I don't know if I can afford this thing. So I just think as soon as you hit, quadruple digits on something, that is just going to be a huge deterrent for people to want to go out and purchase it. Just my opinion. What else do we have here? And then it looks like someone's saying I have an OG one and it plays anything I've tried so far. Only downside is battery life. Yeah, because that was my thing when I reviewed the initial one. Just the battery life on it was horrendous, and I did not like the usability of Windows on it, which is something they're obviously addressing that I got hands on with in June. It was everything works with the joysticks and the buttons to be able to navigate, through the Xbox experience, which is what I wanted from this. That Xbox button gets you quickly to wherever you need to go, from a UI standpoint. But yeah, and I've already said this a million times. You don't have to go buy this if you already own an Ally X. I think in the short term, it's going to serve you just fine with the current games that are on the market. I think, excuse me, the Xbox Ally X is going to be more future-proofing yourself for the next 3 to 5, maybe even 6 years down the road, where getting that Z2 Extreme processor. Now, if you get the Xbox Ally version, the white version, which has a lesser processor, lesser memory in it as well, and it's obviously tailored more for 720p than 1080p, but that one I think will have a shorter shelf life than the X version of it. So again, it all just depends on how you want to spend your money. If you already have one, if I already have one, I would definitely take a wait and see on this Xbox Ally X to see if it would be worth upgrading from what you currently have, because you could wait a year or maybe even 2, and you're gonna get it on sale and you'll get it a lot cheaper than it currently is, right? So that's just kind of my thought on it. And I will also say, and wow, it's over 100 of you here, so appreciate everyone that's here. And I will say, for the 1000th time, this is not an Xbox in its current iteration. It is not an Xbox console because it cannot play every Xbox Series X and S console game. I'm not even talking backwards compatibility to the Xbox One. I'm just talking things that are playable on the Series X and the S. Not every game that is currently available on the console will be available on this handheld at launch. I see a day as they continue to iterate and update Windows will have that capability, but this is a PC handheld. This is a Windows PC handheld is what it is. Excuse me. That I think once we get into 2026 and beyond, you're going to be able to see it eventually start having more backwards compatibility features, be able to play console games, and again, jump into your back catalog digital library, your Xbox One and your Xbox 360 library, maybe even all the way back to the original Xbox. And when I say that, I am definitely talking first party games, because licensing will be an issue with third-party games. It'll be up to the publisher on what they would allow at that point to be playable on a Windows machine. So I don't see enough people talking about that, because I think that's where the misinformation comes in with this. And this isn't a console war thing, a gotcha thing. It's just a reality thing of, yes, this will play your Xbox games that are already playable on PC, 100%. Obviously, you can put Steam on this, Epic Store. You can play all of those games that are available on those digital libraries. But when it comes to your console, the Xbox console, the one that currently sits under your television, it will not 100% play those games today. And that's what I think people need to understand and realize. And if I do get an opportunity to review this, that is something I will absolutely make sure to point out, because I think that's important, that people understand what they are purchasing versus listening to what potentially is being said in marketing, in a quick trailer, something like that, word of mouth. You want to make sure that if I'm reviewing this, I think I have that responsibility to be crystal clear on what this device is and is not capable of doing, comparing it obviously to other handhelds like the Steam Deck, obviously the original ROG Ally, even the Switch 2, right? What are the capabilities? How does Windows work on this? How easy is it to navigate this? Take a game like Cyberpunk, right? What is the performance of a Cyberpunk 2077 on this handheld with the Z2 Extreme processor, right? Even a game like Flight Sim, which I know uses a lot of cloud assets, let's say with 2024, but that's another, excuse me, benchmark type of game that you want to see from a performance standpoint. So if and or when I get an opportunity to review this when it comes out later this year, those would definitely be the talking points that I want to have about this. And obviously we should know the price. I would imagine, and this is just me guessing, I would imagine we get the official pricing for this at Gamescom. Gamescom seems like the next logical opportunity to talk about this device, to show off additional capabilities of it, let the media and creators get more hands-on with it. And okay, here's the European prices, here's prices in Australia, Asia, and obviously here's the price in North America and United States and Canada, so people know. And then there's none of this speculation and leaks and rumors and everyone losing their minds about what the potential price could be. Because I'm just going to admit, I personally think it was irresponsible to see some of the headlines that I've seen today based off of a leak from an Instagram post. People immediately saying it's $1,000. You don't know that. And again, it depends on the region of the world that you're in, what the pricing is going to be. So I see that it's more of a, let's create some panic about the price so people will engage with my tweet or my article or obviously the YouTube video that I make about this, versus actually just having a realistic discussion about what the potential pricing could be based off of the leak. I think Jez Corden's article on Windows Central was the most responsible one that I saw, because he went into detail about how this works and how the price conversion works between regions as well. So just because you see it priced in this region does not mean that's going to be the price in this other region. Just my 2 cents on that. What else do we have here in the chat? And again, I appreciate everybody that's here. And I see Yo Hootie saying you won't be buying one soon. You'll wait on it. Yeah, and this is what I was saying earlier. I think it's perfectly fine and honestly responsible to not run out day one and go buy this, especially if you already have an older handheld. If you already got a Steam Deck or an older Ally X, I would wait to see what the reviews look like. I would wait to see what people that are getting hands-on with it have to say, and then you can make an educated decision about, is this worth me spending the $8,000, the $9,000, the $1,000 on upgrading, to this handheld? Is it doing enough that it feels like it's worth it to me? If not, stick with what you got. I mean, I think it's that simple. And again, appreciate everyone that's here. I'm just going through the chat, just reading what people are saying. Wait a minute. Kay Asante's here. Hey, what's going on, brother? What are you saying? You're saying, but will it play my Xbox games? Oh, I actually just talked about this. I'm sure you saw it now because I was just talking about it. And yeah, Kay Asante, I know you're going to be at Gamescom. So am I going to Gamescom? As it stands today, no, I'm not. But the door is not closed. I will leave it at that. I hope I get to go, but it's going to come down to a multitude of factors if I do go, because I have a day job, I have other responsibilities and things, so I don't necessarily know. Because if I go, I'm probably going to go for like a week at minimum, because if I'm going to go all the way to Germany, then I'm not going to just make it a quick trip over there, stay a couple days and come back. I'm going to want to stay an extended period of time, because I might go other places. I might go down to Poland. I got friends down there. I got friends in London, stuff like that. So if I'm in Europe, I'm going to be in Europe. You know what I mean? So I still don't know. If I am going, I'll probably know within the next week or so. I'll put it that way. But yeah, Kay Asante, if you're going, I'm not sure what appointments and things you've been able to make or contacts, because that's the other thing. I've been getting flooded with all these appointments of people, hey, come check out this, come check out that. So hopefully you're able to get some hands-on with some of the stuff they're going to be revealing at Gamescom, because I do think, shifting this slightly, I do think Gamescom, we're going to get reveals there 100%. I know that for a fact. We're going to get reveals there. And I think we're going to get some release dates for some games that we already know about. Like, hey, when is this coming out? When is that coming out? I think that'll be announced there as well. So buckle up, because 2025 is not over yet. As soon as we get to opening night live, like I guess today, press release went out. Black Ops 7 will get its official reveal at opening night live, and then I'm sure they'll have a multiplayer reveal sometime after that, because that's typically what Activision does with Call of Duty. But going back to this and the chat, and again, I appreciate all of you that are hanging out here. And what do we have? This is Danny Passion Officials talking about, I had the Steam Deck since day one, then updated to the OG Ally, and last year I updated to the Ally X. Oh, so see, you're stepping up. And so far, it's a great device. Yeah, everything I've heard about the Ally X, because I don't have it, and I'm just speaking to Kay Asante, I know Everborn has one. They all like it. They think it's a very solid device. My biggest thing with the Ally isn't so much the hardware itself, because I think it's fine, even the original, except for the battery life, is Windows. That's the biggest deterrent. Like, as soon as I originally had put Bazite on here, and then when SteamOS went official, I put SteamOS on here. That's what I use. I just play stuff off of Steam OS on here more so than Windows, because I just simply don't like the navigation of Windows in a PC handheld. But then I got to see what Microsoft and Xbox is doing right now to remedy that at the Xbox showcase, and I was pretty impressed with it. Still work to do. I still had a bunch of questions about stuff, but I think they're definitely on the right track, and I'm not expecting them to have it 100% solved this year. I think additional updates this year going into next year it's going to be needed. Actual real world user feedback is going to be needed as well. So that would be something else I would caution people about when it comes out later this year. Don't expect a perfect product because it's still going to need some work on the navigation side and the UI side. And King saying too expensive for me. Yeah, and that's going to be a lot of people. And that's, again, just the reality of all of this. I mean, these PC handhelds ain't cheap, man. I mean, when the Switch 2 at $450 is considered a bargain in the handheld market, that says a lot. Obviously, you can go pick up an old LCD Steam Deck for even cheaper than that, but that tech, that hardware is starting to get long in the tooth. And because it's Steam OS, not everything is playable on Steam OS, because even from your Steam library, if it's some type of multiplayer game like a Call of Duty or an Apex or Destiny that has anti-cheat on it, Fortnite obviously is another one, can't play it on Steam OS right now. You have to have Windows, and that ultimately, if they can figure out Windows and get it to be viable, they're already turning off resources to free up more memory, stuff like that, fix the navigation, the UI. Windows has the opportunity to be the more viable platform because you simply have access to more games across a variety of genres. So, I mean, again, we'll see, but totally get you about the expensive part. It's not cheap. This is, unfortunately, gaming has quickly become an expensive hobby. $80 plus games, the hardware. This is the first time in the 40 plus year of video games that the price of hardware has gone up and not down in the generation. It was cheaper for you to get a PS5 and a Series X in 2020 than it is in 2025. Complete madness. It just is. What else do we have? And Danny saying, I agree that Windows can be hectic for gaming on handheld, but I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. SUCE 2022, my main gaming platform is PC. So it makes it, excuse me, it makes it easier to continue playing when I have to go, when I'm on the go. That's what you're saying. Sorry, I'm butchering the whole thing. But no, I agree. I mean, clearly it's usable. I'm not saying it's unusable, but my preference right now is I prefer the SteamOS UI and its navigation versus what you can currently do on Windows. And let's see. That was Mag's estimation based on US price. Maybe I'm missing something on there. And I know I saw Mag. I'm assuming you're talking about Mag, the content creator. I know he has a video out. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm actually curious what his speculation is going to be, because he likes to dive into the secrets. And what do we have here? Yo, Paris, question for someone who doesn't have a console. Do you think a handheld like this is a good substitute, or still go for a console? So my question to you would be, how do you plan on using this? If you're going to sit at home in front of a television or a monitor and the device is just in that space and you're not on the go, get a console or build a PC. Absolutely. But if you plan on taking this on the go and that is going to be the majority of how you want to interact with your games, then I would suggest a handheld. Like, ironically enough, I've yet to plug in the Switch 2 into a dock. I always play it in handheld mode. I don't know. It just feels right for me to do. I don't play my Switch games on a television. I stopped doing that years ago. But that's just my weird quirk. That's not for everyone. But if you like playing games on a big screen TV, which I also do, obviously I got a monitor here at living room, all of that. But if that's the primary, and it is still the primary way I play, let's be clear, then if I had to choose, I probably still would choose a PC or a console versus a handheld in that case. But if that's not the primary way you want to play, and you're perfectly fine playing games on a handheld, so you have that flexibility of playing it laying on the couch, in the bed, on the go, at Starbucks or whatever, then I would say get a handheld, excuse me. But you're down to your personal preference. And King, Switch 2 is price friendly with exclusive plus physical. Yeah, and I don't disagree with that, but even Nintendo, with the way they're handling these key cards and all that, it's actually becoming rare to have a true physical disc versus them just giving you a physical key, so you have to download the game. So it's almost negligible in that way. Yeah, lying in bed with a handheld is amazing. I can think of a couple other places where a handheld is handy too, but I'll keep that to myself. You can figure it out. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the pricing on this, because I think people are kind of freaking out about it a little bit and making some assumptions when they don't have all the information about it. Look, if it's over $1,000, I will be the first person to say that is a mistake. I shouldn't say no one's going to buy it, but you're limiting yourself to a very niche enthusiast crowd only. It's already a niche crowd. It's already an enthusiast crowd that's going to get this, and you're going to take a fraction of that that's actually going to be willing to spend $1,000+ for this handheld. So, like I said, hopefully they do, with the partnership with Asus and Xbox, they do subsidize it to some standpoint. Again, I would imagine it will cost the same as the current Ally X costs brand new at a Best Buy or Amazon or wherever. That is my guess. I could be wrong, but I just find it very hard to believe that they're going to come out the box swinging and ask people to spend $1,000+ plus tax on this thing. That's just simply too much. It just is. Get the older one and wait it out would be my recommendation at that point. I would tell people, go get the old Ally X, go get a Legion Go, find it on sale somewhere, and wait before you try and get this one, because it just costs too damn much, especially in this economy with every crazy thing that's going on. Wait a minute, Nikki Z, hey yo, Paris, chill, bro. Wait, what I do? Chill. What I do? What I do? Let me know what I do. Let me know why I need to chill. And no. Danny's calling me. Should I pick this up? Should I pick it up? I'm not gonna pick this up. I'm not gonna put it. If you're watching the stream, stop calling me when I'm live streaming. How about that? But Thanaros was saying it's an enthusiast device. Yeah, and I agree. And just all I'm saying is it's already an enthusiast device, but you will price it out of enthusiasts by making it that high, and you'll really limit your audience by doing that. And looks like Danny with a $2 super chat. Very generous for you. Thank you so much for that. And you're saying add an external GPU 56 or better and dock it. Oh yeah, you're going back to should you get the handheld and all that. Yeah, and they were showing that off, the Asus thing that you can dock a GPU into as well. Like again, you can make this a full-on gaming PC if you so choose. It just really comes down to how much you want to spend, how many other additional devices do you want attached to it, right? And how flexible do you want it to be as a handheld? And King is saying, will the Xbox Ally X be sold at GameStop? I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't know. I'll be real with you. I have not been to a GameStop in so long. Even like I just typically off Amazon, or I'll just go to Best Buy or something like that. It's been a very long time since I've been at GameStop. So I would assume it is, but I don't know. I know it's sold at Best Buy. You can 100% go to Best Buy and go get it, but I don't know if you can go to GameStop. What else do we have? And then Lowell saying, hey Paris, something tells me that Xbox will go aggressive with a Game Pass bundle to disrupt the handheld market. They should. I would say at a minimum, like when I reviewed the MetaQuest 3S, the Xbox edition of that, it came with 3 months of Game Pass. I bet this thing comes with 3 months of Game Pass as well. Just because they're obviously going to want to get people used to using it. Oh, wow, this is such a great value. And then they'll obviously, after 3 months, keep subscribing. So I would imagine that's bundled in. That would be, again, a part of this partnership, that they would make Game Pass a part of it. Yeah, GameStop got like 5 stores. So yeah, I mean, it's just a different era now, man. Whereas like, I know the one up the street from me is still open, but like I said, I've not been there forever. Wait a minute, get the kind of funny guys to let you go for them. Actually, I don't know what you're asking on that. I don't know where you're asking me to go. Apologies if I missed what the initial conversation on that was. Yeah, Smokey saying I don't need it, but I want it. I think that's the vast majority of us here on this chat and then stream is we're the crowd that wants these things, but we don't need it. We don't need none of it, but we want it. So I totally get you on that. Oh, Gamescom. Yeah, they're not going to Gamescom either. And again, look, not to dive too much in my personal business, but it's more work commitment than it is just I can go. I just got work stuff that I don't know if I can afford to have an extended time away on the other side of the world. I mean, that's what it really comes down to. So like I said, I'll probably know in the next week or two if I can swing it. And if so, I'll go. If not, then I won't. Yeah, Marcus said I wanted the new controller handle, but not at that price. You're out. Totally get it. 100% valid, reasonable. I will say though that the new handle, the new grips does make a difference. Me being able to go from, I was playing Gears Reloaded on the original one here, and then right after played on the new one with the handles is night and day. The comfort and everything is way better. It does feel like you have an Xbox controller in your hand. But with that said, it ain't that damn much better at that price. So this is, again, where it comes down to individual preference and how much you're willing to spend for that convenience if you already own a handheld. And what else do we have? So, so I've been on like 30 minutes. Like I said, I just kind of want to just pop on for a little bit and just talk about this. Like I said, no real agenda other than I just saw the topic and I didn't know the next time I'd actually be on a platform to talk about this officially, because we probably won't do GTR until the weekend, and I don't think I'll be on Kind of Funny the rest of the week. So it's my channel. Whenever I want to talk about something, I can just come on here and talk about it. And I wanted to talk about the pricing of the Asus ROG Ally X, and I do not think it'll be $1,000 at launch, but I've been wrong before, and I'm pretty sure I'll be wrong again. But I do appreciate everybody that's hanging out here. Like I said, I just do these impromptu, no dedicated schedule yet. Hopefully, I'll be able to get to that point and do that. But I'm glad everyone that got to jump in here and hang out with me a little bit, talk on the chat about this stuff. Hey, Eagles fans, good to see you. Speaking of you, Eagles fan, I don't think I'm going to PAX this year, so I probably won't see you at PAX if you're going, but I will be in Seattle October 5th because the Bucks and the Seahawks are playing, and it is the 50th anniversary for both of them, and it's looking highly likely that will be a throwback game. Like the Seahawks will wear their throwback uniforms and the Bucks will wear their throwback white uniforms, and I will be there for that 100%. So if I am in town, Eagles fan, I will definitely let you know, and it'd be good to catch up with you. But anyways, let me go ahead and get out of here. Again, I appreciate you all hanging out for a little bit, but I hope you have a good rest of your Monday. And you never know, I'm sure something else will happen in gaming this weekend. I'll jump back on here again soon, and definitely subscribe, notification bell, all that stuff. I will absolutely have some dedicated content coming very soon. I know of one interview I'm going to be doing soon that I'm pretty sure people are going to want to check out. So appreciate all the support that you've been giving me, and glad you're hanging out here. Like I said, hope you have a good rest of the Monday, and I will talk to you again soon.